Hello, loves. Welcome to this free class, Signs from Above, which maybe you've heard is my favorite topic. And so I'm super, super excited to be sharing this with you. All of the signs have been pointing to this class, getting this information out there that we can all be playing in this light together and noticing the signs, finding clarity and direction in our life with them, and really having a lot of fun. So I'm super, super honored that you have chosen to be here with me today, allowing me this space to share my joy with you. I would love to start by just grounding our energy. We'll do that by uncrossing your legs if you're able. You can close your eyes if you're in a spot where that works for you. And just begin to focus on your breath. And as you breathe, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You may notice any tension or tightness in your body as you breathe. Just notice and be aware of it without judgment. You can direct a little airflow that way if you'd like, taking a deep breath into that area and a big breath out. You might want to bring a little movement into any areas of tension, allowing them to sink and settle as you begin to direct your energy downward. Feeling it flow through your body, down into your hips and your legs, and out of your feet, connecting your energy with Mother Earth. And now let's visualize a beautiful white light with delicate golden threads above, below, swirling all around you. This forms an energetic barrier. It's kind of like energetic bubble wrap. Keeps you safe and comfy and secure. It allows you to connect with other people without taking on their energy and without giving them yours. It's a beautiful tool that you can tap into. So as you just see that light swirling around you, intend and trust that within it, you are safe, you are guided, you are loved, you are divinely protected. We call upon our guides to be here with us now, tapping us on the shoulder or whispering in our ear, lighting us up in some way when there's something we're meant to hear. We ask that our team helps us embrace this material, get to a place where it clicks so that we can really use it in our lives and experience all this joy that it can bring. We thank our team for being here. We thank each other, and we thank ourselves. And with a final deep breath in and out, we now open this sacred space. Just before the call, of course, if you've worked with me before, you know I was picking some cards. And it was hilarious. I'm always laughing at these signs because I think it's so funny how it works. It just cracks me up. And I ended up picking the first one and I'm like, oh, really? I don't know. So I'm going to pick a couple more. And so I ended up picking 3. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, oh, I think these are for me, but I had asked for, something for everybody. Does everyone need to see these 3 cards? And I pulled a different deck and I pulled 3 more cards. I kid you not, the exact same cards came up in a different deck, the exact same meaning. So I can't wait to share it with you because clearly I need it and so do you. The first one that came up was Hilarion. This was from the Keepers of the Light deck. Beautiful, beautiful deck by Kyle Gray that I love. Was Hilarion for divine healing. And it says, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So as I'm on my moon time, unexpectedly early, I was like, oh yeah, that's for me. But clearly it's for all of us, because out of the other deck, the first card that came up said retreat, rest, refuel. Fill up your well. Exact same card, exact same message on the card, word for word: retreat, rest, refuel, and retreat and recharge and heal. So beautiful. So I think we all needed to hear that. Honor our sensitivity, take some time. I am all about getting out of the cage, right, and flying free. But I am also a big lover and believer in that nest. And that's where we go to recharge, refuel, connect with our wisdom within, connect with our guides. So it's a little wink to all of us to spend a little time in that nest, that we could use that recharging, filling our cup. The next one was about light activation. It says, shine your light, your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. That was deck one. And then here, the hilarious thing, the second card I pulled on the other one, your guidance is divinely guided. I mean, it's just the exact same thing. You can't make this stuff up. And it is hilarious, and I'm so grateful. And so beautiful message to all of us to shine our light and just trust our guidance. Trust your guidance. The messages you hear, they're for something. We want to believe it and trust it. And the last one was a call to action card, which we're going to be talking about action today. So that's so on point. Call to action, take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. And here's that one. And then basically saying the same thing on the other deck, which is work your light. Beautiful, beautiful deck, is you've been training for this for lifetimes, the age of light. Activate your light card. Again, call to action cards. You are a light worker card. Walk your light worker walk. So beautiful and hilarious. And normally I just do one and we feel into it. But the fact that I did three and then I confirm with three more, because even me sometimes I'm like, are you sure? And then that instant confirmation, yes, we're sure. Here's your message. So I'm so happy to share. If those messages lit you up, or any one of those really appealed to you, I would love for you to type it in the chat if you can. Ooh, a sign that it's lighting you all up, I'm sure. I'd love to know how those made you feel. And I can certainly share pictures of those cards with you later in an email. If anyone would like that, just type it in, or extended meanings, anything like that. Anyone was lighting you up. So let me know. And I will tell you a little bit about myself. I actually recently updated a lot of this information on my website. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in my About page. The last call like this, I feel like I talked for about 7 minutes telling my whole story. And so here's about 7 minutes of my story in writing if you are interested. But I'm just going to share just a little piece of it that I feel is important. Important part of my journey getting here. So I came from a place, maybe a lot of you can resonate, of lack and scarcity, of super insecure. I had abuse physically, sexually throughout my life. I had a really dark childhood and adolescence. Yet a lot of people didn't know that. On the outside, I appeared social butterfly. I was a chameleon. I could fit in and work. I could have a conversation with anybody, and a lot of people, I think that they knew me. But I was really not confident about what I had, about my past. I had a lot of shame and guilt, embarrassment, and I was just I was unhappy. I was really unhappy. It manifested in a lot of physical ways throughout my life, a lot of pain and illness. And so maybe I see some of you can relate to a lot of that. And well, where should I go without telling you the whole thing? Okay, good, you can relate. Okay, good, you can relate. I also grew up in a household where all this stuff that I'm doing now, actually, it was totally normal. Energy work, spirits, all that stuff. My mom read tarot. My sister talked to dead people. It was really normal stuff around me, but it didn't feel normal. It felt scary. And even when I was really little, it was my normal. I would point out auras. I felt good about it, but there came a turning point where I could feel presence around me. And I think it's because I didn't have the protection tools that I have now and the knowledge I have now, which I'm so excited to share with you on this call, some of that. But I could feel that presence and it terrified me. I would be trying to go to bed and I could like sit somebody watching me or in the room. I was terrified that these spirits my mom was always talking about, my sister was talking to, were watching me take a bath, and they knew all my dark secrets and all my thoughts and who I really was, that I was even afraid of. And so what I did was I stuffed it down. I shut it off. I literally declared out loud, which I found is very powerful for me, as this outward aloud declaration. I declared out loud, I am scared. Leave me alone. Please don't contact me. Don't look at me. Don't watch me. Go away. And I'm just like, go away. And I turned it off. I think there was still things around me, but I turned it off. And just like you can turn it off, you can turn it on, which is pretty amazing. And so for most of my life, I shut it down. I pushed it down. And then at times I was sparked a little bit, and I started reading not tarot cards, palms, when I was actually 15. That was something that resonated with me because I shut my intuition so off, and I really turned on my logical side of my brain. And so I loved the palm reading. Somehow my mom introduced me that. I liked that seemed like more logical. Like it made sense. Like this line means this. And so I could I could tell people what their hand meant. It kind of became like a party trick. I mean, I could read these hands, and I didn't realize as I was doing it, I would start using my intuition, but it was out of my comfort zone, that kind of stuff, for a long time. So anyway, I still stayed sick. I stayed stuck, all this stuff. I ended up being in a car accident that totally saved my life and got me off 13 medications, out of all this pain, out of bed. I had been bedridden. I dropped out of school. I was going down this path. I honestly thought I was going to die. I didn't see any future for myself. I really thought I was dying. When enough people tell you these are all chronic, you're like, okay, I must be dying. And I didn't visualize a future for myself. And after I was in this car accident, I saw an energetic healer who helped me get off all these medications, introduced me to this world, showed me that we just need a little help, and that he gave me back my life. He showed me that I had a life and I had to live for, and that I could feel healthy and wellness. And so kicking and screaming, crawling through the dirt, I started changing my life. I went to a healing arts school. I started learning about mindset, and Louise Hay, if you know her, shout out. I started learning about all this stuff, and my life started getting better and better. But I still was learning all my lessons the really hard way. I would still I would injure myself like crazy. I would break something. I would have the worst pain you could imagine. I would have these crazy, weird diagnoses. It was just one thing after another that I was getting knocked down still. And I could get back up, and we all can. We can get through this stuff, right? It works. But I wasn't using my team for support. And that's when it all changed. When I started tapping into this divine guidance, I realized you can get through your stuff in like a different way. It doesn't have to be this struggle. And that happened after my soul dog passed away. And I was the most upset I'd ever been. I was totally in grief. I was crying. I was researching on the internet what to do when your dog dies, because I had no idea, and I felt like I was dying. And I ended up coming across this article. It talked about Archangel Michael. And I had always believed, I believed in angels. I thought they were around, but I definitely didn't think I had any guardian angels. I didn't think I had any angels. Nobody was certainly talking to me, no angels. But that's what I believed. I ended up crying, begging, Archangel Michael, if you can hear me, please send me a sign. I need help. Like, I don't know what to do. I am hurting. I need help. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me. Right then, a light streamed across my room, a purple blue light, which I had just read that Archangel Michael had this sword that made this light that was purple and blue. I had just read that. And I'm just like, holy crap. Are you freaking kidding me? Did this just happen? I saw it with my own eyes. Like, there was no there was no room for doubt right then. I just felt it. And I was like, oh shit, this stuff is real. Oh my gosh, I think an angel's communicating with me right now. But I'm hysterical. I'm shaking. And then I'm like, I actually don't even want to talk to you, dude. Can Izzy haunt me? Like, I want my dog. That's who I want. And so I asked, like, please, Archangel Michael, please help Izzy send me a sign. I need to know Izzy's here with me. Help her. And right then, and I always say I swear in my life right here because like I need you to believe that this happened. Right then, there was a lamp right next to me. I'm on the bed. I'm crying. I'm hysterical. My nightstand lamp, the shade fell around the base of the lamp, exposing just the light. And it circled around the plaque that said, again, every time I mess up this quote, life isn't about help me, it's about dancing in the storm. Oh my gosh, it's on my about page. Oh, I swear I was gonna get it. I even wrote it down. Okay, you know the quote. I can't believe we're back here again, you guys. Do you know the quote though? Please someone type it in and help us again. If you were on the last call, this is the exact same thing that happened to me. But it fell, the point was it fell around this plaque with a beautiful sign. But that point was that it was a sign from Izzy. And that is the real point. And that she was there with me. And I felt her. And I knew right then, and I've never doubted it since, that we all have these spiritual teams that we can communicate with people that we can't see, with beings, that there is support, that we're not alone, that we can ask for help and instantly get it. Instantly get it. I know people talk about like, oh, set it and forget it with manifestation. When you talk to your guides, they are there. They hear you right away. It is in the moment work. It is not in the past. It is not in the future. It is right here in the moment. And I started communicating with Izzy and I got through my grief with her. She held my hand. She held me and we got through it together. She opened my eyes and my world. Archangel Michael did too. And I started talking to other angels and other people who had passed started talking to me. And my life completely changed and transformed. My understanding of the world, my belief that things happen for a reason. And so now I still get knocked down and I go through the shit, but I know it's for a reason. I see the world in a different way. I don't worry about things all the time. I come from a long line of worries. I used to worry all the time about everything. I had the weight of the world on my shoulders. I worried constantly. I don't worry anymore. I have a different view of the world because I'm connected to my spiritual team. Because I just give them the worry. They take care of it. They take care of it. And it is so beautiful. The quote was, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. That's Vivian Green. And that is really what has happened to my life and has been a theme in my life since that moment. Right? I had just lived in a storm until that. My whole life was a series of storms. Even though I had already been working with coaches, I was in this world of personal spiritual development. I'd gone to a healing arts center. I was working as an energy worker and a massage therapist. I was doing all of this. I still was in storm after storm. But you can still get through it. You can get through your stuff. We can all get to a better place. We can do the work, and it is work. Or we can do it in this light work way. It's still work, but it's light. And light work is joy. It's giddy. It's whimsical. It's fun. You're laughing all the time. You instantly drop 500 pounds of weight. Instantly. And it's in the moment stuff. It's instant results. And it's crazy how you can just tap in and get this guidance and have people with you. And that's what we're going to talk about today, tapping into your divine guidance. I've shared a little bit on Facebook. You might have seen, I think a lot of you saw it, about this. I titled a post, a blog, like energetic kick in the balls. Did a lot of you see that? Yeah, okay. So I want to tap on that for a second. This is really something that's cool about this work. We make these when we make decisions, when I used to be stuck all the time, I wasn't making decisions. I didn't have any direction or clarity. I just didn't want to feel like shit all the time. So I was like self-medicating and, medicating by prescriptions and, you know, eating it all away, eating disorders, drugs. It was a lot of stuff, guys. There was a lot of stuff in my past. But I didn't have direction. I didn't have clarity. I was just, I was just stuck. I wasn't making decisions. But when you start making a decision and you know what you want, what happens is your team starts working behind the scenes to make that possible, to get you there. So it's really powerful to start getting clear about what you want. If you don't know exactly what your future life looks like, that's okay. Get clear about what it feels like. Decide how you want to feel. We can all figure that out. All right. I'm going to do another free class like this on clarity pretty soon. And so I want to help everyone get clarity because that's a really big thing. This is a piece of it, but I really want to dig in there. So we'll do that too. But when it comes to making these decisions, it's a really powerful thing. Your team gets to work behind the scenes, right? But sometimes we don't take the action with it. So we have the decision, all right, I know how I want to feel. It's not this way. I want to feel healthy. But we keep doing the same things that keep us unhealthy, right? We're like, yes, I have the clarity. My guides are around throwing guidance in my face, giving me ideas about, quit smoking cigarettes or stop eating sugar or whatever it may be, get out of the relationship or you're not happy in the job. And different ideas might be sparking. You're getting guidance, but you're ignoring it. You're just giving it the finger, like, yeah, I don't like where I am. I know what I want, but I'm not going to do anything about it, right? Then where we are becomes more and more painful, more and more unbearable, right? That's why ignorance is bliss. When we don't know better, it's not hurting us as bad, right? We can keep eating the sugar, but if you know the sugar is like your devil on your shoulder and it's holding you down and keeping you stuck, and I mean, former sugar addict here. So that's like a good example for me. When you know how bad it is and you still do it and you're like, screw you guys, screw you to yourself and the clarity you want, it becomes even more painful. It affects you even more, right? Same, staying in that relationship, staying in that job that's not serving you. But the awesome thing is your guides are working behind the scene. Again, they are giving you guidance. So it's just about you to tapping in. But it's not just realizing it. We have to take action on these things. And when you take little itty bitty steps of aligned action, you build up your confidence muscle and you get better and better at taking it. Yes, someone just put in like what you resist persists, right? We resist it, it just builds and get worse. But when we start going with that flow, we start following this guidance we're going to talk about, and we start taking action, everything starts shifting. Little baby action steps lead to more action steps. To take action, you do not have to know what the step after this looks like. And this step might not make that much sense. That's okay. Do it anyway. Something good will come from following your guidance every time. I promise you, there's a reason for your guidance. It's for your highest good. Your team has your back. They want what you want for yourself. Once you declare that and decide what you want, they are celebrating that. And they're like, let's make this happen. When you follow that guidance and take steps, the guidance becomes clearer. You understand your steps more. You feel so much happier, and you're in this place of joy and success like this. It does not take long. You do not have to scream and cry and scrape and claw your way through the shit over and over to get your lessons. Yes, we really learn a lot that way, but we can also learn a lot by connecting with our team. We can change our mindset to learning from the joy, from this great, excited feeling. We can shift to learning our lessons in a different way. Things are still going to be hard. You're still going to get knocked on your ass. We all will. But when I do now, I see things differently. I have a different feeling about it. I know right then it's here to teach me something. I know it's for my highest good. I know that I might be stuck in the dirt now and cold and alone, but I am planting the seeds. And come spring, I'm going to shoot up. I'm going to blossom even more beautiful than before, over and over and over again, every time I'm in the dirt. And so it makes it when you're in the dirt not as painful. You're not there as long. You bounce back quicker. You still learn your lessons, but in a gentler way, and you can have fun with it. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah? All right. I know if you're watching the recording, you can't see everyone right now, but there's a lot of beautiful faces getting it, and so I'm guessing you're getting it too. All right, so let's go in. Hopefully you printed off your workbook. If not, this is gonna turn into a YouTube link, and I'm gonna link the workbook right there. So really easy to get back to. Print the workbook off or check it off or check it out. Also, any links that I share with you throughout this, I'll include in an email to you, and I can also include those links with the YouTube link, so you'll have quick access to all this information. So I want this to be light work, not busy work. So trying to make it a little bit easier for everybody. All right, so signs from above. What came to me when I first started teaching about this work was this little acronym ALL, for ask, look, and listen. So all you need to do for divine guidance is ask, look, and listen. I say this a lot, but anyone who's done a lot of people that do programs with me do multiple programs with me, so I thank you for that so much. But you see that they always change, right? I'm all about changing and growing. I am a student of all this personal spiritual development myself, and so I'm always changing the way I do things, and I'm learning more. But this acronym has stayed with me, and it continues to be the way I do things. So I really believe in it, and I know how powerful it is. And so that's why I feel really excited to share it with you. The ask, look, and listen. What I like to share a little ritual that I do with this. And you can use my ritual or create your own. And know that there's no right or wrong way. I'm really big in that. There's no right or wrong way to do any of this. It's the right way to do it is what lights you up and what resonates with you. So I want to share what lights me up. I used to have a great morning routine. I spent forever each morning, doing all my stuff. And then I had a baby, and I have a 2-year-old. And so there's no more morning routine. But I find a way to get in the water every day, either a shower or a bath. Sometimes she's in the bath with me. But I'm always in the water. I can always jump in a quick shower. And what I do is I let that water clear my energy, right? I see it. I see the light coming through the shower head, hitting my body. And I like to visualize like the dark gunk, the gray matter just flowing off my body and down the drain, right? It's a quick energetic reset. In some of my programs, I teach about, smudging and all this kind of stuff, cleansing your space in your home. This is a quick way you can do it to maintain your energy and clear it. And it is incredible. So I just in the shower, I imagine my energy being cleared. I do a quick grounding and protection, just like what we did at the beginning of this call, but it doesn't need to take 2 minutes or 3 minutes. It can be, my wish is that everyone in the world has a 1-second grounding and protection tool so that you can use throughout your day, because it's super, super powerful, and I swear it's life-changing. But so you do a quick grounding and protection, I just simply intend it. I'm grounded, I'm protected. I visualize the light around me. I visualize my energy connecting with Mother Earth, and I'm grounded and protected. It's just that intention. Your intention is so powerful. So I do a quick grounding and protection. And then I start with my ask, look, and listen with my all. And that's when I start with my ask. First, I'm thanking them, because I love my team. They show up for me like crazy. And I thank them. My gosh, thank you all for being here. Thank you for all of this. I love my life. Like, thank you for working with me and through me. God, angels, guides, continue to work with me and through me. I just say my little gratitude and my peace, and which gratitude just instantly switches your attitude to be more positive. So whatever, that washing off me kind of emptied me and cleaned me out, my gratitude kind of turns it on. And then I ask for help. I call upon my guides. You can call. Sometimes I'm like God, angels, guides. Sometimes I'm like Izzy. Oh, I love talking to Izzy, the soul dog from before. Sometimes I want to talk to one of my grandma's friends, Mary or Mary. I have 2 Marys. There's different people that I like to call in, and you can call in anyone. If you're not too familiar or comfortable yet calling in somebody specific, that's okay. Angel seems to be a universal feel good. Everyone can talk to angels and not be weirded out, right? Angels are awesome. Everyone loves angels, right? Who doesn't love angels? So you can just start with angels. Say, angels, please help me. You don't have to know a specific angel like Archangel Michael. You can just talk to angels. You don't have to know who you're talking to at all. Just say, my team. You're guided and protected. Only good's coming through. You are grounded and protected, right? So you already have that bubble wrap around. You're only allowing good to come through. And so I ask for help. I ask around specific things. Every single thing I do in business came from a shower talk. Everything. That's where it starts. What's my next step? What should I do? My whole career has been built working with my team. Everything, all of it. We've done it all together. All the good stuff in my life, my relationship, my friendships, what I'm going to do for the day. I just check in. What's my next step? That's my favorite question. What's my very next step? I love to ask for help around specific things. If I'm troubled or stuck on something, I just ask for support around it. What do you need me to know? What's my next step? How can I be of service? How do I proceed? How can I get clarity? Maybe you're confused or stuck. How do I get clarity around something? Start asking. It's not up to you to know the answer right now. It's just to ask. You just need to come up with the questions. So right now, if you want, maybe jot down some of those questions you want to ask. What's coming to you to ask? What would you like help with? The sky is the limit. There is nothing that you can't ask your team for help with. Someone recently told me that I wasn't allowed to talk to my team about business. I could only talk to them about personal matters. And I'm like, what? My team helps me with everything. I was like feeling like, oh my gosh, I want you to talk to your team about your business and all this stuff. Like, you can talk to your team about anything. Your angels aren't like, this topic's off limits. You can talk about sex. You can talk about whatever you want. There's no limit. Your team's just awesome. They're here for you. So what do you want to know? Write it down. Who are you going to ask? Write that down too. Is there anyone specifically that's popping in your mind that could be cool to connect with? And maybe a soul animal or someone that you knew in your life has passed, and you're like, oh, they're not here for me. I didn't know them that well. They weren't my family. Oh, yes, they're here for you. They want to help everyone. That's like their job on the other side. They love it. They're ascending in their own way. They're doing their job by helping us. So ask whoever you want. There's no one's off the table. You might want to connect with like goddess energies or something like that too. Whatever you want. So who are you going to ask and what are you going to ask? And now we're already grounded and protected, right? Go ahead and ask. You can say it out loud. Just writing it down. You can whisper it. I love saying it out loud. I always do, because that's been really powerful for me. It's because of when it started with our Archangel Michael and Izzy, like I told you, I was saying that out loud. And I have really found a connection with that, with my voice, with using my voice and connecting with them. But it can be a silent prayer. And I do that too all the time. So whatever feels good to you. And now that you've asked, we're going to get to the first L, the look. Ask, look, and listen. So we're going to get to look. So look is about looking for the answers to your questions. Because once you ask spirit to be with you, they are here, right? You call someone in, they are here. You're asking the questions, but how do you get the answer? Sometimes you might instantly, and this is really cool, have a light bulb moment and the answer like pops in your ear. That's awesome, right? I love when that happens. But so, that didn't happen for me for a long time. Now, it's turned on. But as you turn this on more and more, like I said, as you start acting on this guidance, as you take steps, you're building this muscle. It's like working out. The first day you go to a workout class, you might feel like you're going to puke or die, right? But if you keep going to the same workout class imagine for a year, what that would be like after a year, how easy that same class would be, or how you would feel about yourself, how you would get through it. It's easier. And so this is just, you just have to work out this muscle. But we're going to look for the answers. So how do those answers come? Thoughts, feelings. You might hear it in a song title. These are the signs. These are the signs from above. The look part, right? That's in them answering you. A really good place to start is with numbers. I am going, because a lot of times there might be some numbers. If you already see them, go ahead and type them in. Are there numbers you're already seeing? A lot of times we're going to see repetitive numbers like 1111 or 22, 333. Or we might be seeing sequential numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, things like that. You might see your birthday all over, right? 8:15, you might see on the clock. Oh yeah, that's my birthday. Probably see your birthday. That's from the angels. They show you that. So you see these numbers. Numbers are a way that your team is really good at getting your attention, because they can show it to you over and over in different places, right? Like, oh, this is going to get her to pay attention. I've shown her 11:11 the last 5 days in a row. Why is she not talking to me yet? Like, do you get it? They have been reaching out. So think about the numbers you've been seeing. This is your team connecting with you. Right now, 11:44, 11:44. Okay? So everywhere that you see these numbers, it's for a reason. A lot of times it's going to be, you can go and you can research, and this is going to be in the list, and we're going to talk about this in a second. You can go and find out what that number means. But sometimes it's just pay attention and just gives you that comfort. Every single time you see a number that resonates with you, you would spend your whole life, reading the book. If you looked up every number every time, it would take you out of the moment probably a lot of times. But it's that pay attention. You are not alone. We are here. We've heard you, and we're here sending you signs for the answers. So pay attention. It is just like a wake-up call, like, sister, listen, these signs are for you. So pay attention to those numbers. Pay attention to everything. Animals are another thing. For a long time, I was seeing spiders everywhere, all over my house. And it was making me so happy. I don't kill the spiders. During winter, I live in peace. In summer, I escort them outside. But in summer, I don't know. I just let them stay. I live with them. I love them. Because they came to me. I used to be totally scared of spiders. Oh my God, terrified, screaming. I couldn't come near them. Somebody else, kill them, get rid of them. But now they're signs. So I'm seeing spiders everywhere. So clearly there's a message for me in spiders. And so I can go and look up on the internet, what does it mean? It was about the weaving of things. It was really beautiful meanings of spiders. Recently, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago, all the spiders disappeared. And I'm blaming my guy, like, Mike, did you do something while I was out of town? Where are the spiders? I went out of town, I came back and all my spiders were gone. He's like, no, I swear, I didn't touch the spiders. And I'm looking, my spiders are all gone. But it was because now I'm seeing a different animal. So it changes it. And so I had learned what I needed to learn from that. That was my message. Now I'm seeing horses everywhere. So it changed, and it's a beautiful thing. But I'm super aware of these things going on. What animals do you see all the time? Type it in. It might be something you see on a commercial, or you hear in a song, or you see an image of on Facebook. You see your child playing with, or grandchild. Where are you seeing? What animals are jumping out to you? It comes in symbols, right? Hearts and stars. Shapes, patterns. Patterns are a big way. Coincidences and synchronicities. Oh my gosh, pay attention to those. If you have a feeling of deja vu, pay attention to those. Billboards, license plates. Oh my gosh, if you drive to go anywhere, you are so lucky, because you see so many signs in the cars. Driving is an amazing place to connect with your signs, right? There's numbers, there's license plates. Like, what catches your eye? Stay awake, be present in the moment. Don't be lost in your thoughts when you're doing things. When you're present in the moment, you're noticing the things that are around you. That's when you notice the signs. So being present is super, super important. All right. So they're going to be everywhere. Written words, spoken word, thoughts, feelings, sensations in your body, our aches and pains, our body's communicating with us, right? All of it is communication. And it can be, you can't pay attention to all of it. It's mind blowing, but begin to pay attention. Look for the answers. And then here comes the listen. So the listen has a couple parts. All right, listen. You got to listen to the answers you believe. You got to interpret them, right? What does this mean for me? You have to act on it. That's the listening. All right. So I'm going to put in the chat a number index site that I like. Joanne the Sacred Scribe. It's going to give you a long thing about your number. So some people said you see your birthday. You can type your birthday in there and see that, your age, numbers you're seeing all the time. It goes up to over 3,000. If you don't see that number, oops, I'm sending that to somebody privately. If you don't see your number, you put numbers together, right? So if your number's 4961, go and put that together. Look up 49, look up 61. You can jump to the bottom of the page where there's like a small paragraph, the second to last one or last one, where it's like, if you see this, it means this. And it'll give you the quick little summary if you're just looking for a quick answer. So I love that site. I'm going to also go ahead and share with you. And again, I will put these elsewhere, but maybe right now, I don't know. You just want the information. So I'm just going to keep giving it to you. Here's one for interpreting symbols and animals and things like that, right? You can look it up or you can interpret it for yourself. So I can go and look up what, I don't know, I think somebody put out an animal. All right, bees. So I can look up what bees means. Bees means. I can go and look that up. Or I can just interpret it. What does bee mean to me? Like maybe to me it means pollinating, growth, life. I don't know. So I could just figure out what that means for me, right? I could go and look up what it means if I see a tree sign. Or I could think, okay, when I see a tree, and sometimes it's not just seeing a tree, but you see a puddle on the ground that looks like the shape of a tree. Or you're seeing tree graphics everywhere. Or things about forests, like just trees are being thrown in your face, or things that look like trees, like it might be a shadow or something. You know, what does that mean to me? Is that a sign of my growth? Is that a sign to be flexible? Is that a sign? What is that a sign? What does it mean for me? So that's really beautiful to start interpreting these signs for yourself. But until you're done exercising that muscle, you can look it up too. You can ask other people, what do you think this means? It doesn't matter, but figure out what could this mean? Also, like you're putting out a question, maybe one of your questions that you asked was, should I do this? Should I join Sarah for this call? Right? And then instantly, do you look up and see a stop sign that's like, no, don't do it, or something that says no? Or do you look up and see a sign, maybe a one-way sign, or something that says go for it? Or you see your birthday number. That's like a yes, like this is good for you, right? Or you see 3 X's, like, no, this isn't for me. You can ask things like that, yes or no, and look for these signs and interpret. What we don't want to do, though, is be like, obviously, sometimes I'm like, are you sure? Can I get another side as confirmation? You can ask for confirmation. That's cool. Confirmation's awesome, like I did with those 3 card pulls and got the exact 3 cards. I mean, come on. But you don't want, when you keep saying no, stop, I don't believe it, prove it, I don't know, is this really for me? I mean, your team isn't as excited about giving you these signs, right? Not that they don't want to help you. They're still going to be giving you signs in here, and they're going to always be here. But imagine if someone comes to you for help and you give them awesome advice and they're just like, I don't know, that doesn't sound right for me. But then they keep coming to you for advice every day. You're like, you're going to still tell them, but if they're following your advice and your guidance, you're going to be like, yes, and now this and more, and they can keep flying with you, right? And you're excited about it and you're dancing around and it sparks you. And so you're like, everything that helps you think of them, you're sharing and your connection's awesome and you feel good and they feel good, right? It feels so good to be in that space. But if you're connecting with somebody who's like, I don't know, that doesn't sound right, but can you give me, but how about this? It just it doesn't feel that good. So you're kind of like closing your intuition off when you're saying prove it over and over. When you're not following the guidance, when you're like, oh, you gave me clear guidance. I know this would be great for me. It would be good for my life, but I'm not going to take action. I'm going to stay stuck. Again, being stuck and ignoring our intuition, not moving toward our goals and what we want in life makes things yuck, makes things unbearable. It doesn't feel good. But when we start following it and taking action and following these signs, when we're doing the ask, the look, and the listen part, it's so easy to be looking for signs. It's so easy to ask. None of that takes any work, right? How easy was that part? But the more that we listen to it and the more we open up our awareness, we welcome this into our life, the closer and easier we get to joy and to our true success. Everything just starts falling in place. And you can use these things for your relationships, for your career, for how you feel about yourself. Any decision you want to make, anything you want in life. It is powerful. It is incredible. We got to open up our awareness, and that's how we do it, right? So, let's see. All right, this is pretty fun, what we're going to do next. All right, I did include in your workbook like a tally for signs from above. So if you printed this off or if you want to make one for yourself, and this is something really cool that you might want to carry around or make a little note in your thing for the next week. This would be like a soul work assignment for you. And start writing down the signs you've seen. All right, okay. See a sign, write it down. You can tally it up if you keep seeing. So their birthday might have been, was it you, Audrey? 7/31, I think, is your birthday. So that's probably you. So Audrey sees 7/31, that's her birthday. Okay, so that's her first sign. Now, every time you see it for the week, start putting a tally, right? So let's pay attention. How much are they really communicating with us? Especially right now you're seeing it. Are you asking for it? I don't know. When you start asking for it every day, every single day, opening yourself up, really being aware and looking, what you right now might see as signs around you and coincidence synchronicities that are cool, it is the floodgates open. It is like a waterfall of signs. It is crazy. So you're going to be tallying them up. You can later, when you have time, you don't have to do it right then. You can do it later or you can do it then. What do you think the meaning is? You can interpret for yourself. You can later go back and look it up. And any notes, maybe you saw a cardinal and you think it's your grandma, write that down. I think it was grandma, or who it was when you saw that cardinal, right? That's what you put in the note section. Maybe who you felt it was, or why it was coming to you, or what it could mean, or what the guidance around, where you're being directed. So you're going to start really investigating and playing with this work. And you're putting out that attention by being here that you are ready for this. So believe me, sister, it is coming for you. So now that it is coming, let's pay attention and make sense of this. Like I said, the first day you work out, your signs might not make sense at first. Keep paying attention, keep interpreting and playing with them, and they will make more and more sense. They will be clear. You will start having those light bulb ideas. You will start having that idea, and it's like the skies part and the angels are singing, and you just know, and it just lights you up. And once you get these signs, this is a really important part. You got to say thank you. Say thank you, angels. Thank you, grandma. Thank you, guides. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gratitude is the door to more. Gratitude is the door to abundance. Here's a quote from Melody Beattie. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It turns problems into gifts, failures into success, the unexpected into perfect timing, mistakes into important events. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. I'm going to type that out and share it because it's really beautiful. So gratitude is such an important part of this. All right, you can make contracts with your angels. That is in your workbook. Create a contract So for me, heart, all right, suns are one of mine. Suns to me represent gratitude. So when I see a sun, I think gratitude. It's a reminder to stop, pause, feel gratitude, and it's awesome. Another contract I make every single year is with the age that I am. So I set a theme around my year. So right now, I am 38. My theme is home. So every time I see the 38, it's a reminder for me, it's a sign for my team. I made the contract. Every time you show me a 38, I'm going to remember my theme of the year and I am going to feel into that. And so I feel into home, which for me is like my body, my actual home, my environment has a lot of things going on. But to me, it's a reminder of that, of what I'm working on this year. This is such a powerful practice. When I was 34, I did abundance and prosperity. My life changed with that theme. Every time I still see the 34, I'm abundance and prosperity. I literally that year moved from lack and scarcity to abundance because I focused on it all the time and they gave me that number all the time. And I moved into a mindset of abundance instead of a mindset of lack. My entire world changed. 33 was about action. And that's when I started my business. And I just kept taking steps when I started doing the things I dreamed about instead of just dreaming about them. Every time I saw that 33, oh crap, I got to take an action step. I got to do something that scares me. Okay, thanks team for the guidance. This is what I asked for. I'm going to do it. So right now I want you to make a contract for a sign. I want you to ask your team to send you a specific sign and decide what that is going to mean. And go ahead and write that down in your notes or your workbook, what sign you want to see and what it's going to represent to you. Whew. All right. Now type in your contract can be a number. So do one with your age is really powerful. I do this every year at my birthday. Doesn't have to be your birthday to feel like it is and pick what it means. So yeah, it's cool for me to go and look up what 34 really means in the number index. But for me, it means abundance and prosperity and it always will. Because I had an entire year working on that. And you asked for that and you're like, okay, angels, okay, team, this is the sign I want and this is what it means. And I am going to listen. I am going to feel into it. I am going to act on it. They are so excited. When you start connecting with your team, they are like, we have been waiting for this moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They are so excited. They are high-fiving you. They are flying around you, kissing you on your cheeks and all over, lifting you up. They are so excited to do this work with you. I promise you. And you making this contract lights them up. They get so excited about this work. They get so excited. So make that contract. I'm excited to see what your contracts are going to be. Put them in there. And that's what you're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for that. And that's going to also help you get to this place of awareness of like, oh my gosh, I had a contract with a sun sign or a heart symbol or a butterfly or the number 44. And I've seen it this many times today. This is crazy. Like clearly this is working for me. Right. And also because of law of attraction, it will come to you. So what do you want in your life? Like when you create this contract, create it around something that you want to work toward, that you want to take action on, that you really want to manifest in your life. Because law of attraction means you are going to be seeing this, right? Law of attraction doesn't, in all this guidance, we're not playing in grays. This is black and white. You have a team. They are here for you. You are going to get what you look for. You're looking for signs. You are going to see signs. You want to take action and start following that. You will get more action steps delivered. You only need to know your first step. And law of attraction is going to dictate you take a little bit of action. You're aligned with action. You're going to get more things to take action on. And can you imagine how your life would change if every day you had some clarity, some divine guidance, some clarity on what to do? You were given an action step and then you actually took an action step. Can you imagine what a year of 365 action steps would look like? It is mind blowing. You align yourself with success and joy like this. Just like that sign from Izzy. Boof. You're just aligned with it once you start taking it and things start happening and you feel the way that you want to feel. And your life looks like the way you wanted it to look or better. I never, ever even dreamed my life could be this good. That I would have all the things that I have. And mostly I just never dreamed that I could feel this way. Yeah, maybe I thought, I would get married. Yeah, I was married, but I didn't feel good when I was married, or whatever. Like, it's like you think you want the career, you think you want the guy, you think you want these things, but what you really want is the feelings that you believe are associated with it and the feelings that are associated. That's what you want. That's why clarity is really awesome to start aligning with how you want to feel. But I never believed all these feelings were possible. I didn't know you could be in this place of like laughter and joy, like all the time, that I could have a whole entire life and career around what lights me up. All right, so I'm excited about your contracts. All right, now here's a mind-blowing tool from your workbook that's gonna change your freaking life, I hope. I get the two, it's a mindset shift exercise because all this stuff really is about mindset too, because we have to change our mind to open ourselves up to this. We have to open up our awareness, right? We have to believe these things are possible. So here's a really cool mindset shift that's going to combine divine guidance and signs with a mindset exercise. And what you're going to do it with either your weight on the scale or your bank account. Now that might scare you. It definitely would have scared me. In the past, I would look at one of those numbers. I would look at my bank account. I would see a negative number all the time or a really low number. And I would feel like horrible. I would start judging myself, or I would see that number on the scale. I would start judging myself, think about all that sugar I ate, that loaf of bread I downed, what I was drinking, whatever I was doing, how I'm not taking care of myself. I would let the inner bully go to work on me, start beating me up. I would believe everything they said about my weight or about my bank account. So those are why I chose these ones, because these are big ones that really, there's a lot of emotions connected with numbers, with a number. Money is energy, right? A weight, that's just a number. It's just a number. What does it really mean? But I had connected all these emotions into both of those things. And no matter what it was, I don't know that there would ever have been like a weight on the scale where I wouldn't have judged myself or think it could be better, or a number in the bank account. Like, when would it be good enough? But I was tying self-worth into these numbers and using them as an excuse to continue to believe I was worthless. So here's a cool exercise I've been doing for a long, long, long time. I think about 5 years now, both of these, that will change your life. Okay, so before you go and look at your bank account or go and take your weight on the scale, you're going to pump yourself up. You are going to know, no matter what you see, there's no judging, there's no listening to the inner bully. You're going to listen to the inner goddess, and you're going to be like, oh, isn't that interesting? Okay. And you're going to instantly go into gratitude mode. If it's the bank account you're looking at, you're going to think, because everything has a dollar amount really in your life that's material, right? You could assign a dollar amount to everything. So maybe your bank account says negative $3.21, but the clothes on your body, there's, I don't know, $5, $30. I don't know how much your clothes cost, right? There's my desk, there's my home, my rent, all the things in your life add up. So you actually have your worth is, your net worth is not negative $3.21. You have assets, right? This is an asset. So you're gonna instantly go into gratitude for all you have. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my refrigerator. I have shoes on my feet. I have this blanket. I have a car. Whatever it is, just gratitude for what you have. If it's on the number on the scale, gratitude for what you have. This time about your body. So this time, you're looking at the weight on the scale, you're not judging yourself. Instead, you're going straight into gratitude. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for these feet. They let me stand up for myself. I'm grateful for these legs. They let me walk away from the bullshit and toward the good shit. I'm grateful for this big or little stomach, whatever, because it helps me digest life and food. I'm grateful for these arms that let me hug people and myself, whatever. Just go into gratitude mode. Then you're going to look up that number in the site that I gave you, the angel number site. Because before you do this, you're going to say, okay, whatever number I see, it's a message for my team, it's something I need to hear, and it's going to help me moving forward. And you're going to look up that number, and I guarantee it's going to connect with you. It's a message from your team, and it's awesome. And so all of a sudden, you're feeling good about that number because you're reading this message. You're in a place of gratitude. You're reading the message. You're going to say thank you to your team, and you will have shifted your experience with the number on the scale or the number on your bank account. And then a couple days later, go do it again. Again, no matter what I see, I'm going to instantly go to gratitude. I'm going to go look up the number. It's a message for my team. Whether you gained a pound or lost a pound, or you're the same place, you had just said, angels, whatever I see on the scale, whatever number is my bank account, it's a sign, it's a message I need to hear today. And so you have successfully just then done a mindset shift exercise. And why is it easier than doing a regular mindset shift exercise, which that's my expertise is around mindset. Lovely. I have a lot of mindset tools. This one, because you're working with your team, so it makes it so much more fun. Everything we do with our team and our like above is so much more fun and enjoyable. After I shared this on the last call, I had people messaging me celebrating negative bank accounts balances. How cool is that? And once you start celebrating these things, and they're like, this is the message I need to hear. I couldn't believe like the response to how many people like literally felt their lives changing in the moment of doing this exercise. The more you're grateful, the more you're celebrating where you are, the more acceptant you become of where you are, the more where you are and who you are becomes enough. And then, just like magic, that's opening the door to even better and even more. It's just law of attractions even more. And so, because really, do you want $5 million in the bank? What does that even mean? You want how $5 million would make you feel. So you're right. So we're just switching how our energy works around these ideas. We're switching our mindsets. We're moving into feelings that we want to get. When we start aligning with the feelings that we want, we start getting more of those feelings. And so our bank account actually does start going up. And we actually somehow almost magically start treating our body better and say more loving things to it and have a more respectful relationship with it, which is what we want, right? And when we have a more respectful and loving, kind relationship with our body and with our money, we can have more. That's awesome. All right. So, all right. Is it Michelle Hayes that has to hop off? That just messaged me? All right, I just had a Michelle have to leave, and I have a Michelle Hayes that I was going to ask to speak pretty soon for a minute. Okay. All right. Bye, Michelle. Okay. Sorry. Back to that. Okay. So does everyone feel excited, nervous, scared about this mindset shift exercise? How are you feeling? I would love to know. Type it in. I think it's so cool that it's really powerful, and it's a cool way to just start connecting with your team and feeling them and really shifting where you are. And I promise it can change your life, right? Imagine what that would be like instead of when you go to the doctor and see the number on the scale, instead of like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Like, can I take off my coat, my shoes or whatever? Just being like, oh, that's a cool angel number. I can't wait to go look that up. It just changes how you feel. It takes you out of this mindset of beating yourself up and into celebration. And that's what all this divine stuff does. It aligns us with what sparks our joy. Yep. Gratitude turns what you have and where you are into enough. I feel like that's really important to note. And so really, really, all this angel work starts aligning you with gratitude. Remember when you see a sign to instantly say thank you. The more you're aligned with that thank you, the more you're saying thank you, the more they will be showing you the signs and the floodgates will be open. The more excited they are, the better you're going to feel. And this stuff will change your life. There's no doubt in my mind that if you do this work, and it's fun work, this is fun work, this is light work, this is playful, this is exciting, and like it's hilarious because your team has the best sense of humor. All of ours does, because they have no pain, they have no inner bully, they're just all inner goddess, they're just all higher self, and they are fun and awesome, and they make you feel good about yourself, and they will help you get what you want in the best, most beautiful way. I'm so excited now to tell you what all of this led me to. So I told you that I don't make any decisions in my life anymore. Everything is like guided. There's lots of fluff floating around. Hello. And what I did was I created an entire program with my team. They literally, I had never been everything I create with them in the past, but this was one that like, it was completely guided by my team. They're like, this is what needs to be put out into the world. This is what you need to share. Whatever you have to do to get this out there, this is important. There are people who need this, that need these tools. And so I started a program called the Lightworker Within Mentorship. We're on the second round of that now. And it is incredible. Everyone who participated had a profound change as a result. I'm going to go ahead and type in the website for that so that you can look it up whenever you want and check it out. Because I think if you're here on this call, you're going to get it. Because those of us who were drawn to be on this call, I have a feeling you're highly sensitive, like me. And sometimes that sensitivity can feel like a weight. It can feel like a curse. But it really is a gift. As highly sensitive people, maybe you've heard the term empath. We're empaths. We have a lot of work to do in this world. We are the keepers of the light. We are the ones that are meant to be shining the light. And to do that, we got to take care of our own light. We got to learn about that. But we have really important work to do in this world. We're meant to be connecting with our team above, right? Everyone is, but really, the more sensitive you are, the more of a calling deep inside you have to be doing this work. And in this program, it's a 3-month program, and it is awesome. And we're going to just basically be talking about all this stuff that lights us up. Like, do you get excited to talk about oracle cards or crystals? Do you get excited to talk about connecting with light and in sisterhood? Do you want to learn how to not feel energetically drained by people and things around you? Do you want to learn how to make your sensitivity work for you instead of against you? How you can be protected, right? Like how we did the little tip about at the beginning of this call and how I'm like, everyone needs a 1 second grounding and protection. Imagine if you got to work with this in this mentorship and get really good at these grounding and protection tools. It will change your life. It is absolutely life-changing work. We will be weaving mindset work with spiritual practices to set you up for success, to align you with joy. And you can use this for success in any part of your life, in your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the world, your lover, your family, in your career. Like I said, you can use this kind of guidance and this light work for anything. But it's about weaving these spiritual practices in your life. It's about having rituals to deepen your connection with this light work. We're going to talk about grounding, protection tools, cutting cords. We're going to be saging and smudging and cleaning our space and our jewelry and our crystals and our self. We're going to learn how to do healing work and use our own energy, right? You don't need to be attuned into any energy work in order to do energy work. We've all are energy workers. Think about the times in your life you've already known this, right? How do you feel when you get a hug or give a hug, a real one, right? How does that feel? That's energy work, that exchange. When when you kiss a boo-boo or just put a Band-Aid on it. You know, I put Band-Aids on boo-boos and there's no need for them except energetic. It's that energetic, it's energy work. When I put Band-Aids on bumps all the time for CG, and she feels better instantly. She goes, all better. And her energy is completely shifted, right? Do you want to know how to shift the energy of yourself or in a room? This stuff is so cool. And so you can use this energy in this healing work. You already have it, but like, I'm excited to show you how to tap into it. We're going to talk about chakras. You're going to learn how to balance your own chakras. We're going to work with pendulums and intuitive tools, and we're going to get awesome at making decisions. Because that's really a way to get unstuck, is to be able to make decisions. Do I do this or that? We're going to get really clear on our guidance and tapping in. And what does that look like? You're part of an awesome sister community. Something really new I'm really excited about in this round of the program is we're going to have mentors besides just me, which I love holding space. And anyone who's been in any of my programs can attest. You can message me at any time. I am here. I will support you. You've got me. Like, you've got me. And on whatever it is you're working through, you've got me. But I was like wondering, how could we hold space even more intimately? How could this feel even more intimate and precious? And so we're going to have these small, intimate sister circles you're going to be a part of, so you can really dig in together with this little family. And each one, you're going to have an assigned mentor who's going to hold your hand through this. And we're going to have classes like this every other week about all these great, awesome things. We're going to have live classes. They're going to be more interactive. You're going to be on video too, and you're going to have a chance to talk, and it's going to be much more interactive than just me talking at you. I'm going to be like, do you get it? You can be on the hot seat. It's really fun and awesome. If you want, those are all recorded. You're also going to have a few calls with your little sisterhood circle and with these mentors, where you're going to get real support around things, around what is going on in your life. You're going to celebrate what's going on in your life, and you're going to do this together. And you're going to play such an important role in this too. You're not only going to be getting support and encouraging your sisters, you're going to be supporting and encouraging them too. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Hey, here I am interrupting, coming to you through a space-time continuum to let you know the program I was just telling you about. Doors are closing soon. Doors close officially 3/29, or when the max number of spots are hit. Right? I'm limiting the space because I want this to feel super intimate. I want the sister circles to only be a certain size. And so once we hit that number, or it's 3/29, the doors are closed. Our first call is 3/31. I am so excited. We're jumping right in with foundational work of empath protection tools, grounding and protection. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. Check out the website. It's www.sarahsolman.com/mentorship for more information, and reach out with any questions. I'd love to talk to you. Bye, sisters.